Three governments are in a bidding war for golden visa applicants right now, and they're openly undercutting each other. One dropped the residency requirement to 21 days. Another slashed minimums by 85% after applications collapsed. A third is launching at $120,000 just to compete, and almost nobody knows this is happening. I'm Brad with Evolution Expats, and over the last decade, both as a professional consultant and as an expat myself, I have watched golden visa landscapes shift dramatically, and right now, we're seeing a complete geographic pivot. Europe is closing doors, while the Asia Pacific is opening them. Option 3 on today's list is a surprise newcomer poised to overshadow all other regional opportunities. You won't want to miss hearing what they have proposed for us. If you're serious or curious about golden visas and second residency options worldwide, subscribe to this channel today. Immigration laws are changing faster than ever, and I make my videos to keep you ahead. And then leave a like so the content I make for you gets sent to you. Now, let's talk about New Zealand, Malaysia, and Vietnam. Each one targets a different type of applicant, and each one just reformed or launched in the last year and represents a genuine opportunity if you know what you're looking at. So first, New Zealand, the stability play. New Zealand completely overhauled its active investor plus visa in April of 2025. This is a ground-up rebuild of a program that just wasn't working. They have created two distinct investment tracks. The growth category that requires a 2.85 million US dollars over 3 years in approved funds and businesses. Venture capital, private equity, direct business investments. And then there's the balanced category. That requires an investment of 5.7 million over 5 years, but gives you the flexibility of bonds, property development, listed equities, and commercial real estate. But here's the game changer. Under the growth category, you only need to spend 21 days in New Zealand over 3 years. In the balanced category, it requires 105 days over the 5 years, and even that can be reduced if you invest above the minimum. Now compare that to most golden visa programs that require 6 months or more per year in the country in order to remain valid. They have also eliminated the English language requirement entirely. Now here's why this matters. New Zealand openly admits that the previous version scared investors away with complexity and risk. The Economic Growth Minister, Nicola Willis, was blunt about it. They're rolling out the welcome mat because they want their share of the 120,000 plus high net worth individuals that will seek alternative residency globally this year. They're not just looking for passive money. They want investors who bring business connections and create jobs for New Zealanders. And it's working. In the first 3 months after these reforms, New Zealand received 189 applicants. Compare that to 115 applicants in the entire 3-year period before the reform. And 45% of those new applicants came from the United States alone. Why the American surge? Political instability, an independent judiciary, safe banking system with no capital gains. There's no wealth tax in New Zealand. There's no death tax. The Americans who are applying aren't just looking for tax havens anymore, they're looking for safe havens. So, after you complete your investment period in New Zealand, you're eligible to apply for permanent residency. If you hold on to that then for an additional 5 years, you can apply for citizenship. A perfect solution for high net worth individuals who value stability, who can't commit to full-time relocation, and who want a credible plan B in an increasingly uncertain world. Second on our list is Malaysia. This is the value option. Malaysia revamped its MM2H program in June of 2024, and this one's interesting because it's basically a public admission that they completely misread the market. Here's the new structure. There are 3 tiers. Silver requires a $150,000 fixed deposit and a property purchase of at least $140,000 held for a 10-year period because that's the length of the visa. The gold option is $500,000 in deposits plus $235,000 in property purchases. That gets you 15 years. The platinum option is $1 million in deposits and $470,000 in property purchases. This gets you 20 years on your visa. All 3 tiers require you to hold that property for 10 years. After the first year, you can withdraw up to 50% of your fixed deposit for approved expenses, such as property maintenance, education, medical costs, things like that. Under the gold and platinum tiers, you can work and conduct business in Malaysia. The silver tier doesn't have that benefit, but for most, it's the most affordable option looking at a long-term residency in the South Asian market. So here's what's fascinating about it. Malaysia's 2021 version targeted only the ultra-wealthy, and applications plunged 90%. So the government did a full reversal. They moved the oversight of the program to the Ministry of Tourism, which is why it's more pro-investment. And they removed the onerous income requirements that were disqualifying retirees and entrepreneurs building their businesses. They're openly competing for a piece of the $21 billion global investment migration market, and this time they're casting a much wider net to our benefit. That old version required proof of over $8,600 in monthly income from offshores. The retirees living on pensions just couldn't qualify. Business owners with fluctuating income couldn't prove consistent earnings. It was a disaster. The new version has eliminated that monthly income requirement completely and introduced the three-tiered system to capture everyone from middle-class retirees up to the high net worth investors. The residency requirement is 90 cumulative days per year for applicants under 50. Over 50 years old, there's no minimum stay. Your spouse or any dependent can fulfill that 90-day requirement on that visa for you. Malaysia also doesn't tax foreign-sourced income. You're only taxed on income that is earned from within Malaysia, and they have extensive double taxation treaties. As for the mandatory property investment, this is the new wild card in the program. It does lock up your capital for 10 years, but property prices in Malaysia are affordable compared to regional competitors, and you're building equity in a growing market. Who is Malaysia targeting? They're targeting middle-class retirees who want an affordable, high quality of living in Southeast Asia, and high net worth investors who want the ability to work and do business in the country. It's a two-pronged strategy, and you'd be amazed at what a 140,000 US dollar house looks like in Malaysia. You can get a whole lot. Now, third on our list, the most intriguing option for me is Vietnam, the emerging opportunity. I love everything proposed so far for this program, but as of this filming, the Vietnam program has a different status. It's proposed, not yet enacted. The Tourism Advisory Board submitted the proposal to the Prime Minister in March of this year, 2025. Expected implementation is mid-2026, but nothing is ever guaranteed until it's officially approved. That's the standard worldwide. But here's why I want you to pay attention to this. Vietnam's Tourism Advisory Board sounded the alarm when Thailand expanded their visa-free access to 93 countries and Malaysia to 158. Vietnam is stuck at 30. Their neighbors are eating their lunch in the race to attract wealthy long-term residents. This proposal is Vietnam saying, we want a share of that action, targeting 23 million foreign visitors and the investors who will fuel their economy. The proposal includes 3 visa types. The golden visa is 5 to 10 years renewable. This is for general long-term residents who can contribute economically, scientifically, or culturally. The investor visa is 10 years with a pathway to permanent residency after 5 years if you maintain your investment. The talent visa is 5 years for skilled professionals with simplified renewal procedures. The expected minimum investment will be around $120,000, although final thresholds have not been confirmed. That would make it one of the most affordable golden visa options in Southeast Asia and the world. They're planning to pilot this in Phu Quoc and Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, and Da Nang. These are the major tourism and economic hubs. So here's a reality check. This program isn't live yet. The details could change. The investment thresholds could go up, or approval could get delayed or shelved. But the fact that the Vietnamese government is seriously considering this tells you something about the direction of their country and their intentions. So who is Vietnam targeting with this new program? Primarily early adopters who see growth potential in Southeast Asia's fast-growing economy. People who want to get in before the program becomes incredibly popular and potentially gets more restrictive. And skilled professionals who can contribute expertise, not just capital. If you're a recent graduate, this program would be a life-changing opportunity to work in your field. Now, our advice. These 3 programs represent a major strategic shift. European visa programs are tightening or disappearing. Meanwhile, Asia-Pacific is opening new pathways and competing aggressively for global wealth and talent. They want you. This is what opportunity looks like. Lucrative programs appear and demand surges. Early adopters cash in before the program is modified. We've seen this repeatedly. Panama, Portugal, Ireland. When it's a great program, it disappears quickly. And when a government openly admits, we got the last version wrong and we're fixing it, the smart people pay attention. So here's the strategic question. Which of these aligns with your goals? New Zealand, if you want political stability and you have significant capital. Malaysia, if you want affordable lifestyle and the option to work. Vietnam, if you're willing to speculate on a growing market and get in early. So take a look at my Golden Visa playlist for single nation focused deep dives and client experiences with these programs. Each program has a different tax implication, different timelines to citizenship, if at all, and different lifestyle factors. These details do matter enormously when you make your decision. So even if you're not ready to start right now, you'll want to start preparing your documents: financial records, proof of funds, background checks, health reports, and apostille certifications for international use. These take time. If you wait until you're packed to move, you're already behind. For that, you want my document hygiene playlist. Avoid mistakes and get set up for success no matter where you're looking in the world. So let's recap. New Zealand reformed its active investor visa in April of 2025, dropping the residency requirement to as low as 21 days, and it is seeing a massive surge in applications from Americans seeking stability. Malaysia revamped its MM2H in June of 2024 with a three-tiered system and mandatory property investment after their 2021 version killed the program. Vietnam is proposing a golden visa expected to launch mid-2026, competing directly with Thailand and Malaysia. This is exactly where expert guidance matters. You need someone who understands not just the requirements, but the strategic timing, the tax implications, the pathway to citizenship when available, and, of course, the security that is offered if that is your ultimate goal. Your custom roadmap to your international life and goals is built through a consultation. The link for that is in the description. And once again, subscribe to this channel to stay ahead of the news and on top of the opportunities. The right information makes it all possible. I'm Brad with Evolution Expats, and I'll see you in our next video.